Next up is a high-tech innovation to a classic art form.
Bravo!
Nice.
So good.
I love it.
Loved it. Hello, Sharks. My name is Alfred Goodrich. I'm the founder and CEO of Forte3D, a revolution in string instrument design.
Hello, my name is Elijah Lee, co-founder and engineering advisor.
My name is Mike Block. I'm a Grammy Award-winning musician and chief musical advisor. We are the team behind
Forte3D.
We are asking for $250,000 in exchange for 10% equity in our company.
2.5.
Sharks. One of the biggest obstacles that string players face is the high cost of our instruments.
That's right. A violin, viola, or cello can cost as much as a new car. This puts world-class sound out of reach for students, schools, and even pros.
We believe that great musical instruments should and can be accessible to people of all backgrounds.
That's why we designed and brought to market the world's first professional quality 3D printed string instruments.
Wow.
Introducing Forte3D. Our instruments are created using flat sheets of carbon fiber stretched over a 3D printed frame. This process takes only hours, not months like it does to make a traditional wooden instrument. Our top-tier instruments are not only lighter and stronger, they're a fraction of the cost.
The first time I played a Forte3D cello, I was blown away by the power, the warmth, and the resonance of this sound. Allow me to demonstrate.
Go ahead, Mike. Put some stank on that. Grammy Award.
Stank on it. Pretty good, I must say.
Wow. So beautiful.
Sharks, it's time to orchestrate a deal. And let's make music history together.
This is one of the most enjoyable pitches.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with another Shark Tank reaction video. I'm your host, Dave, a 10+ year intellectual property attorney, dealing with everything from copyrights, trade secrets, trademarks, and patents. I must admit, I played the percussion growing up. I was in a band, about middle school, playing the percussion, and Mom brought me a drum set. It was a pretty expensive one. She later sold it to the mailman, unfortunately, but I did have a number of friends who were playing the cellos, the violins. They were part of the orchestra. Unfortunately, man, when I go back home, you don't see that many. The band has shrunken. Whether it's a band or the orchestra is shrunken. I'm not sure because of the cost of the instruments or because of kind of technology and kind of everything else that's out there. I'll tell you what, man, they're definitely selling or providing a need or solution to a need out there, that being affordable instruments. So you knew that the 3D printing space was going to touch every facet of society. And one of those facets is the entertainment, the orchestra, the manufacturing of the product. I'm interested in knowing what's the comparison of the price between a handmade one, which it seems like takes a couple months, compared to this one, a 3D printed one that takes a couple hours. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Now, when I do these pitches, I am looking for 3 things plus a bonus. I'm kind of trying to go through 3 things plus a bonus. How simple is it? This looks pretty simple. He's saying that it can produce or manufacture an instrument in a couple hours compared to a month or so. How effective is the actual product? And $2.5 million valuation, $250,000 for 10%. I would imagine that he has some sales, which a lot of times will tell you the effectiveness of the product. And then what's the market like? Like I said earlier at the beginning, this definitely something that I haven't seen with regard to instruments, orchestras, so forth and so on. However, is the market big enough to the point where you can just make a ton of money? Seems like a niche market, and it's kind of shrinking more and more these days with orchestra, the band, Because again, let's face it. I would imagine that a big part of this is going to be school age children, whether it's middle school, whether it's high school. Again, you're going to have the professionals or whatnot. But I think the bulk, in my opinion, again, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat or in the comments, but I think the bulk of this thing is going to become or going to be directed towards middle school, high school students who play in a band and orchestra throughout the country, throughout the world. And I'm not sure if a lot of people are doing that these days. So it'd be interesting to see how kind of they talk about that part. And then the last but not least, intellectual property. Are you protecting the IP? I will say he does have a trademark on Forte3D. So shouts out to Alfred for that. This is something that you can get a patent on, talking about 3D printing of actual instruments, the process. That's something that you can get a patent on. I've actually, not necessarily with instruments, but I've kind of wrote patents on 3D manufacturing, 3D printing, more so as it relates to electronic components, not necessarily instruments, but you can get a patent on this. We'll see if he has one on it. So as we get back to it, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit that subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. Let's go and see if these three amigos gets the deal here. Let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're saying here that you could match unparalleled sound to even the finest instrument simply because the technology is that good?
That's
You know,
crazy.
every cello, whether it's wooden, a Stradivarius, or like a school cello, they all have their own personality. And what the 3D printing technology allows us to do is really test the sound of the cello and really intentionally EQ the sound. Like say we want more warmth or we want more brilliance. We can go through that process in the matter of hours and days, where a Stradivarius instrument might take months to build.
How much does it cost you to make? And what does one sell for?
We're retailing them for $3,000, the cellos,
Sheesh.
and our cost to manufacture is $800.
How much for a quote-unquote real cello out
Right.
of wood?
Yeah.
What would that
A
cost?
professional level cello might be anywhere from $20,000
Wow.
to $100,000.
What?
Wow.
Really?
And what will a violin cost?
The violins are going to be released next quarter. Right now, these are very, very late prototypes. So the violin will probably be around $450 to make, and we might retail it, I think, around $1,800.
If you're making instruments like this, the largest market, 10x violins or cellos, are guitars. Why aren't you starting there?
That's true.
There are good, inexpensive guitars. That market's been cracked
I mean,
already.
how many cellos get purchased annually worldwide?
That's my question.
Overall, the string instrument business is a $7 billion industry.
Oh, really?
So are they lighter weight?
They are.
So they're easier to carry around?
Correct.
Yes.
And you can check your cello underneath the airplane, which is unheard
Wait.
of.
Prior to that, what did you used to do?
So the standard cellist approach when we're touring is we have to buy a ticket for our cello
Well,
on
your
the airplane.
cello.
And as a touring musician, my life has improved dramatically.
All right, guys. What are your sales?
We have done $570,000 in sales over the last couple of years.
So break down each year for us, number of units and dollar sales.
So the first year we sold
Which was
30,000.
what year?
This was 2022.
How many cellos?
They're like 3,000 a piece.
Yeah, so around 10 cellos. In 2023, we did $150,000 in sales.
Yeah.
2024, we did $350,000 in sales. And this year, we're projected to break around 500,000.
You're not making any money yet, I assume.
We're
This year
revenue
to date,
positive.
we're cash flow positive, about $65,000.
Good for you.
That's
I
solid.
noticed one of the pieces is beautifully crafted graphically.
So we can run them through a UV printer, printing magazine quality images, whatever you want,
That
on the
third
top of your
one,
instrument.
that's one of my photographs.
That is Mr. Wonderful.
And that's what's exciting is now
Wow.
people can get a great
Looks like
sounding instrument,
copyright
but they can
infringement to
also
me.
personalize it.
Honestly, classical music is a very important part of my life, but there's a huge disconnect in sales per year and a $2.5 million valuation and a market that's not so big. Can you clarify how you came up with that
So
valuation?
we're gonna, I mean, first of all,
It starts feeling more like a score from a horror movie.
okay. So we have all of our IP completely secured. We
Uh-oh.
haven't even released the violins yet.
It's a huge market.
But more importantly, we've all done this with one SKU.
I got to tell you, I'm not a music person. I wouldn't know how to gauge this. It's beautiful, but I just don't think I'm the person for you, so I'm out.
And as Damon goes out, it's one of the things that I did want to pick up on that I think Daniel had mentioned. I actually like the customization of it because, again, you're talking about your violin, you're talking about your cello, your string instrument, being able to customize it. I think that's I think that's one of the benefits that 3D printing allows you to do that maybe you can't as easily do with the traditional way. Yeah, they're making sales. I think they're projected to do 500,000 this year. Now, I'm not sure if it justifies a $2.5 million valuation, but hey, what you got to say? What they say, shoot for the stars and you'll land on the moon or something along those lines. So, we'll see. I'm more so what I think Mr. Wonderful in terms of the market. Is it a big market? I understand the guitar market is a lot bigger. It seems like kind of that's already been an infiltrated market. Again, the string instruments, I love what they're doing. Clearly is making money. He said the magic words, intellectual property, IP, and being able to protect that IP. And they're doing this for one SKU. I think as they kind of branch out and do the violin and some other kind of string instruments, I think they will do well. It just seems like the niche is so small. But again, they're making money. He said, what, $65,000 cash flow positive. So, they're making money, which is a great thing about just having a business, protecting that IP is the fact that you can start a business and make money, be cash flow positive, and within a year or so. So shouts out to these guys. Let's see if they get a deal as Damon goes out. They still have 4 more. If I had to guess, Mr. Wonderful, maybe. Daniel, maybe. I don't see Lori or Barbara doing it, but let's see. I like that.
My concern is strictly about money. How would I get my $250 back? I don't see that money coming
That
in
is
fast.
the question of the day.
Right.
$250,000 is not a small amount of money, and there doesn't seem to be any way to get it back.
Well, that's just because he's not creative.
Well, I mean, look, you want to do a royalty deal on cellos?
We're open to deals. That's kind of why
Well,
we're
one
here.
deal you're going to get today is I'm buying that cello that has my photograph on.
Okay, fair enough.
Copyright.
Listen, I see incredible innovation in what you've done here. It might be more of a niche market, but I think that it can explode with the right person to help you. I love that it will make it accessible to people who love music, but that cannot afford to partake.
And?
I'm going to make you an offer.
Uh-oh.
He gets nervous. That's why
No,
he
not
nips
at all.
me.
I'm really excited.
Yeah. So you came in asking for $250,000 for 10%. I'm going to ask for $250,000 for 18%.
I would have did 25.
Wow, it's an amazing
Okay,
offer.
I'm going to make you an offer, too. I'm not going to give the big diatribe first. I'm just going to make you the offer. $250,000 for
You want a
10%.
royalty.
I want $100 a unit, whatever it is, until I get back to $250, but no more than that. Then I just ride the equity.
And if you like that deal,
Well,
I'll give you the same offer.
I
Uh-oh.
actually
If you
wish...
like it better than mine.
Wait, relax. You don't have a very creative offer, I do. But you really need to get the story out.
And I must say, you should really choose Lori. She'll do a
Uh-oh.
much better job for you. Absolutely.
Kevin plays the strings. I
Yeah,
say
because
Kevin.
this
Thank
will
you,
be
Barb.
great in Walmart.
Oh,
I think
please.
both of them are really
Just
good.
the fact
And
that
I'm
you would
after that
try
comment,
to
choose
diminish
Lori.
what I do.
Guys, I really think you have that potential. Their offers are much bigger than mine. So for that reason, I'm out.
Lori,
Yeah, that-
could we do 15%?
Let's split in the middle.
What?
We have not a lot of equity to play with. Obviously, if there's any future rounds or anything like that.
I'll do it for 16.
You have a deal.
Oh, Kevin, how'd you lose that?
I really love this. You guys are you're such a genius.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this is
It's so
amazing. This is
good.
exactly what we wanted. Thank you so much.
Yay!
Good luck, guys.
Bravo!
Thank you guys. All right. Okay. I think that Kevin is just more of a numbers guy. And honestly, I didn't do this, make this company just to make an instrument. I did it to change accessibility to instruments. And it has been built with heart. And that's what we're getting out of Lori.
Man, shouts out to Alfred and the gang. Shouts out to Lori, man. They got a deal. Again, we were 1 for 2 after that second pitch, but we seem like we got back on the right track with this one. Take a look at the website before I get you guys up out of here. See what that's all about. The royalty, man, when you have those margins, you can do a royalty deal. I think he talked about selling these for $800 to make and maybe selling them for $3,000 or something along those lines. So, they got some margins in there that allow the royalty to be done. You get a 25% Shark Tank deal. Seems to be a nice amount, especially when we're talking about $2,000, $3,000, $1,800. I think he was saying for one of the products. They talked about intellectual property, protecting the IP. I'm not sure if they have patents on this. Typically, you see those at the bottom here. So we're going to go to the bottom. They definitely have trademarks on Forte3D. Not seeing any patents. That's not to say that they don't have them. To the extent that Alfred, you guys have them, and I'll definitely put them at the bottom, the patent number or patent pending. See if I can do a Control F and find something. So there you go. We've accomplished with cutting-edge 3D printing technology and patented designed to build strong instruments. So they do have patents in addition to trademarks. So shout out to that. Like I said, I'll put the patent number if I were you, Alfred, down here, or at least patent pending. You said patented, so it seems like you guys have a patent number. So I'll at least put that patent number down here. If it's a number of them, I'll put a link to a patent page so that you can kind of see what it is that you guys have protected. Then I'll put an R in a circle next to Forte3D since it is a trademark term. So again, great job protecting your intellectual property. I would at least kind of put people on notice on the website by the registered R as well as the patent number at the bottom to kind of, like I said, put people on notice that you do have proprietary technology that is protected by way of trademarks and patents. So that's kind of my thoughts on this. Shouts out to you guys for getting a deal. Hey, look, man, I like the string instruments. There's something soothing about a string instrument. So shouts out to you guys. You had a number of offers. It seemed like Daniel was going to give you one, but he thought that Lori and Mr. Wonderful was much better. To be honest with you, I think Lori had said $250,000 for 18%. I thought she was going to do at least 25%. Guys landed at 16%. I think you guys have a good deal. You wanted $250 for 10. You landed on $250 for 16. So shouts out to you guys. Best of luck to you guys and continue to make money. Power of intellectual property. Please hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit that subscribe button to be a part of the IP community. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Guys, take care. Peace.